Hello, everyone. After 40 years in this field, teaching, researching, consulting, I can tell you with absolute certainty there has never, ever been a more exciting time to be a mathematician than right now. You are standing at a truly historic moment. And my goal today is simple, to give you a map, a kind of toolkit for the incredible journey that's right in front of you.
Solve math, solve everything. Now, this isn't just some catchy phrase. It's really the fundamental truth of the world you are all about to go out and lead. Think about it. So much of our reality is being encoded into computation, which means mathematics is becoming the universal language. The problems you solve on a whiteboard, those are the very problems that now unlock the biggest challenges in finance, in biology, and intelligence itself.
I don't say this lightly. We are, right now, witnessing the dawn of a new golden age in mathematics. For those of us who have been around a while, the feeling is just undeniable. What's happening is this incredible fusion of massive computational power and artificial intelligence, and it's creating opportunities that were pure science fiction just a decade ago. AI isn't just another tool, it's a force multiplier for discovery. It takes abstract theory and makes it applicable at lightning speed. It's making your language, the language of math, the literal blueprint for the future.
I mean, think about the giants whose shoulders we stand on. People like Archimedes or von Neumann, these human polymaths who revolutionized entire fields. Well, now we're seeing the rise of machine polymaths, AIs that can spot patterns across domains of knowledge that we could never connect on our own. And here is the crucial part, so please listen closely. You are not their competition. You are their guides. You're their collaborators. You are going to be the architects who shape their very reasoning.
Okay, so let's dive right into the big question, the one I know is on your minds, the anxiety around AI and automation. That little voice asking, will a machine do my job? And look, that's a legitimate concern, but every great disruption in history has also been a door swinging wide open to brand new opportunities. This one is no different.
Just let this number sink in for a second. 74%. Job openings for AI specialists have been surging by 74% annually. That's not a trend, my friends. That is a tidal wave. The world isn't looking for fewer mathematical minds. It is desperately, desperately searching for more people exactly like you, who can build, who can guide, and who can critically understand these new AI-driven systems.
So the whole key here is to understand this new division of labor. AI is absolutely brilliant at automating routine tasks, the grunt work, but its capabilities have a hard boundary. And on the other side of that line, well, that's where your true, irreplaceable value now lies. So this isn't about replacement, it's about elevation. You're being freed up to focus on the much harder, much more interesting work. And this is your new home turf. Just look at this list. Coming up with a truly new mathematical theory, that takes an imaginative leap a machine just can't make. Understanding real-world context, working with other experts, designing novel research from scratch, these are deeply, uniquely human skills. This is your permanent competitive advantage. So, if that's the territory you need to command, the question is, how do you do it? And that brings us to the real heart of our conversation today. I want to give you what I consider a mentor's gift, a concrete toolkit of 10 essential skills that you must start cultivating right now to not just survive, but to lead in this new era.
Here they are, the whole shebang. Just take a moment and look at the list. Notice the blend here. Of course, it starts with a bedrock theory that you love, but it quickly expands into technical skills, human skills, and even strategic thinking. This is the complete profile of the modern mathematical architect. So, let's break them down one by one. First, your foundation. Never ever believe that AI makes theory less important. It's the exact opposite. We are drowning in data, and your deep grasp of concepts, like, say, stochastic calculus, is the only thing that lets us build sophisticated models to tame all that uncertainty, whether you're working in financial markets or in climate science. Second, programming. Look, if math is the language of ideas, then code is the language of implementation. It's how you bring your models to life. Being proficient in a language like Python or R isn't just a nice-to-have anymore. It's the essential bridge between your abstract thoughts and a functional application that can actually go out and change the world. Third is the unglamorous hero of the entire AI world, data handling. An AI model is only as good as the data it's trained on, period. That meticulous, painstaking skill of preparing high-quality data sets is what separates a life-saving diagnostic tool from a dangerously biased one. This is the bedrock of integrity in artificial intelligence. Fourth, we have your human superpower, critical thinking. An AI can follow a known path beautifully, but you can solve problems that haven't even been properly defined yet. A cryptographer, for example, isn't just applying formulas. They're trying to anticipate the moves of a clever human adversary. That's a level of complex, strategic problem solving that AI simply cannot touch. And that builds directly into skill number 5, pure creation. It's one thing to solve a problem that's handed to you. It's another thing entirely to invent a new way of thinking about it. When researchers develop something like lattice-based cryptography, they're literally building a new mathematical world to protect our digital one. This is human imagination at its absolute peak. Number 6 is all about being a translator. The world's biggest challenges are just too complex for any one discipline to solve alone. A biostatistician's math is only truly impactful if they can collaborate effectively with biologists and regulators. Your ability to clearly communicate your complex ideas to others, that's a massive multiplier for your own impact. Skill 7. Digital literacy is about more than just coding. It's about wisdom. It's knowing which tool to use for which job. And this now includes embracing the next frontier, formal verification tools like Lean. I want you to think of a proof assistant as a perfect, tireless collaborator that checks every single logical step of your work, guaranteeing its correctness. Wielding these new tools is becoming as important as knowing the math itself. You know the saying, with great power comes great responsibility. Skill number 8, ethical awareness, is completely non-negotiable in this day and age. Your models are going to influence people's lives, from their medical diagnoses to the stability of markets. So it is your professional duty to ask not just, is this model accurate, but is it fair? And what are its potential unintended consequences? This kind of foresight is absolutely central to modern mathematical practice. Number 9 is really more of a mindset, continuous learning. In a field that is evolving this fast, your degree is not a finish line, it is the starting block. The tools you'll be using in 5 years might be unrecognizable today, so your most durable skill is going to be your ability to constantly learn, unlearn, and relearn. Your adaptability is your long-term currency. And finally, the meta skill that ties it all together, strategic career management. I want you to start thinking of your career as an investment portfolio. You need a core competency, that's your safe bet, but you also have to make some adjacent explorations and maybe even a few wild cards, speculative bets on the side. That course in category theory might not seem relevant to your analysis thesis today, but it builds intellectual breadth that could unlock a breakthrough for you a decade from now. You have to play the long game. So, you've assembled the toolkit, now let's put it to work. Where does this powerful combination of skills actually take you? Well, this is where you become that interdisciplinary architect that every high-impact sector is desperately looking for right now. Just look at these pathways. In finance, you could be the quant using stochastic calculus to model the entire market. In healthcare, you could be the bioinformatician using statistics to decode our very DNA. Or in tech, you could be the researcher using number theory and tools like Lean to build the secure future of the internet. See? These aren't just jobs. You are architecting the critical systems of tomorrow. I want to leave you with one final, crucial piece of wisdom for playing that long game. It's a mindset that should guide your entire career. I want you to see AI not as a competitor, but as your co-pilot. You are still the pilot. You are the one making the critical judgments. You are the one choosing the destination. And as the pilot, you create things. This brings us to a really key shift in thinking. This idea of software as scholarship. Your code, your models, these are not just byproducts of your work. They are your research. Why? Because they make your work verifiable, they make it reproducible, and they allow the entire field to build on your discoveries faster and with more confidence. You have to treat them with the same rigor as a formal proof. This quote from Jeremy Avogad really says it all perfectly. Your role is not a passive one. It is not enough to just keep up or to just use the tools. As mathematicians, you understand the deep logic of these systems better than anyone else on the planet. You must be the ones shaping this technology, molding it to serve human values and to advance the frontiers of knowledge. So I'll leave you with this. Honestly, after all my years, I've never been more optimistic and frankly more envious of the generation that's just starting out. You have the toolkit. This new golden age is here. So the only question left, the one that's going to define your impact and your legacy, is what problems will you choose to solve? Thank you.